Miami. This is 305 Sports Now, your home podcast and channel for all things Miami sports related. I am Will, and I know I'm a little bit late to the party, okay, when it comes to the recruitment of Juan Minaya and also Wheatley Humphrey. But I will say this, that it has been pretty busy. As you guys know, I also cover the Miami Heat, so they've been busy in the playoffs, so I did a story on that. And I just recently, if you haven't seen the video yet, I did cover the TVD situation, which thank God it was resolved, in which TVD, Tyler Van Dyke, will be staying with the Miami Hurricanes. There is a video out on that, so we get a chance to check the video out so you can see my perspective on the Miami Hurricanes being able to maintain, Tyler Van Dyke as their quarterback. But today I'm going to be breaking down, the offensive lineman Juan Minaya, right, out of New Jersey, and out of South Broward, the talented running back Wheatley Humphrey as well. Going first with Minaya, I know he's a 3-star, and that has, bothered a bit of the Canes fans because we keep getting a lot of 3-stars and we haven't really landed a bunch of 4-stars. I still tell the fan base over there, be very, very patient because it will eventually happen as well. That remember in the summer of last year, that is when we started to get these top guys. Let's not forget that. And also, let's also remember that winning also plays a role in your recruitment. So if the Canes could start to win football games, are very competitive against teams they weren't very competitive with last year, that is a good recruitment tool that this team is improving, and it will bring in better talent. All right, but that's not saying that Juan Minaya and Wheatley Humphrey are not talented players. I think they're actually a bit underrated because Juan Minaya is a big guy. Okay, he is 6'6", 335 pounds, out of a Paramus Catholic High over in Paramus, New Jersey. He is a guy that more than likely will be like a plug-in guy. He'll be used on a rotational basis, I'm assuming, because just of the talent we have on the offensive line right now with guys like Maui Goa and Pancake Honcho, and Matt Lee and so on. So, so I think that, we will see, him be more like a plug-in guy early on. We'll see how he develops, and he could become a starter in the future. We don't know. I think that the whole star system, as I've told you guys, can be a bit overly inflated, overrated. Depends on many cases, whom you know, and what school you go to. As we've seen with example, i.e. Ruben Bain, who's murdering people in practice and was absolutely phenomenal as a football player, yet could not gain that 5th star. So let's not fret. Okay, he could actually be a better player than what his composite tells us. So let's get that in our heads. He was offered by some good schools. All right, he was offered scholarships by Duke, Maryland, Michigan State, Florida as well, and of course Miami also offered him, a scholarship as well. So congratulations coming to the University of Miami. Welcome to the University of Miami. I look forward, and we all as fans look forward to see your development and see you out in the field, opening holes for running backs and also in pass protection as well. He can run block. All right, that is something I did at least notice in his huddle. Huddle, they usually get the good pieces, and I did see that he is able to run block, and that's something that this offense really, really thrives on, or will be thriving on. All right, so now I'm going to go into the tailback out of South Broward High, Wheatley Humphrey. Try saying that 3 times, all right? Out of South Broward High. Now, this kid chose Miami over Florida State, Georgia Tech, Cincinnati, etc. All offered him. He chose to become a Cane. All right, now this is a kid who's in his junior year and minimal time, rushed the ball 70 times for 1,166 yards, 8 touchdowns, caught 6 passes, 75 yards in total with a touchdown. He has deceptively amazing speed, right? He's deceptively quick. He can hit a hole, and if you miss, he's gone. If you cheat a little bit in the box and you don't tackle him, he will disappear on you, okay? He's a quick guy, a burner. He's a guy that I think the star system has undervalued him. He should be at least a 4-star, running back. But nonetheless, he does join a clubhouse of Miami Hurricanes running backs in which he will probably enjoy some time. I do think that he will see some playing time, possibly his freshman year. We'll see how he develops. He might have a little mop duty or some depth. We know that running back depth is very important because this past season, Miami got hit with the injury bug at the running back position. So you can never have too many backs, never have too many offensive linemen either. So I think these are good gets for Mario Cristobal and the Miami Hurricanes. And I just want to tell everybody who's just looks at the star, look at the video as well. Look at the player. Look at the statistics, okay? Look at the competition as well. And you can see that some of these guys are underrated, all right? So this is a good get for the Canes. I like running backs, and I think that as a running back, if given the opportunity, he works hard and develops, could be a star for our program. especially since the Shannon Dawson offense is geared towards skill position players being successful, within his system. We saw that in Houston, this past season. That's why he's here as our OC. One thing I do like about Chris is that he's also a pass catching running back. In the era of the spread and spreading out defenses, a running back that can help out his quarterback, in terms of blitzes by catching the football and making teams think twice about being so aggressive is good for any offense. All right. So that's it about these two individuals. I will have more later on. I will have another one on Isaiah Thomas, right? Isaiah Thomas, the defensive back who recently committed. I will be doing a podcast on him as well. So I'm going to be very busy because I'll also be covering, when it's over, games 3 and 4 for the Miami Heat as well. I want to give a special shout out to Locked On Canes and Alex Dono. For those of you who listen to me on a regular basis, you guys do know that I am a teacher as well as a YouTuber here in the sports world, especially locally. And Westland Hialeah Senior High School is a school that I have covered. I have friends there. I'm not gonna lie to you. I even work there. Okay, that is where I teach. And a lot of schools like Westland, they don't get a lot of publicity because they're not a school that has a reputation in football. Okay, they're not the Killians, they're not the South Ridges, they're not the Centrals, they're not the Columbuses, they're not the Heritages, they're not those schools. Okay, so they don't get much love from from the local press. So I want to give a lot of credit to Alex Dono, who's been on the show before, and Locked On Canes for interviewing this past season's quarterback Max Lawrence. Right, Max Lawrence had a pretty solid year, for our school, and he put up some pretty decent numbers. And Alex Dono put him on his show Locked On Canes yesterday to talk about his future and where he will be committing, on an academic scholarship and hopes to walk on, into a university that best fits his talents and so on. So I want to thank Alex, for doing that. I think that was very gracious of him. That was very nice of him to do that, and very nice of him to put a kid like Max on the map. So teams could see him and people can get to know him, and people could also get to know the school as well, because Westland is a very good school with a lot of programs, as well academically and also athletically as well. All right, so thanks a lot, Alex. Just giving you a shout out to Locked On Canes, giving a shout out to you, and good luck to Max. I hope you make the right decision that's best for you. Okay. All right, ladies and gents, that's it for me. If you like what you heard, please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to 305 Sports Now. I am Will. Stay safe. God bless. See you soon, and go Canes.